Have you ever heard the term progress over perfection? What does that mean if you're on a creative journey, and how does that impact your work? I know that so many people who are creative want their work to be perfect and want the perfect moment for things to happen. But in this video, I want to talk about that and really break it down a little bit, because when is the perfect moment? Is there such a thing? Is it a fleeting thing, or is it something that you can work on and manifest yourself? And does waiting for that perfect moment stop your progress on your creative journey? Let me offer you this a piece of advice that I was given that sort of stopped me. That perfectionism is another term for procrastination if you're on a creative journey. That waiting for that perfect moment, waiting for that perfect audition material, or that perfect book, or that perfect whatever it is you're creating, is actually procrastinating in your efforts to move further on your journey. Sometimes you don't perfect something as much as you let it go and you move to the next, because I've talked about this a lot. The creative journey is constant. It is a churn. It is a ride that is continuing. You have destinations when something happens, or you get a contract, or you're on stage, or you get a gig, or you're going to be designing X, Y, or Z. But then you need to get back on the ride and get the next gig, and the next one, and the next one, right? If you're a writer, you get a book contract, but then you're going to be writing the book, promoting the book, getting it out there, and working on getting the next contract. It's constant. This journey is a journey. It's a joyful journey, or should be. And one of the reasons that I do these videos, and that I coach, and that I have my programs, is because for so many people it isn't a joyful journey. But progress over perfection means that we're letting go of some of those excuses that allow us to not move further on the journey. I've talked about the 3 C's of creativity, which are your community, your craft, and the channels that you have to get your work out there. So let's talk about the 3 C's in regards to progress over perfection. In community, progress over perfection means that you don't wait until you have that fabulous resume credit, or you don't wait till you have that book contract, or you don't wait till you've designed for XYZ theater, or you don't wait until you build up your community, until you join an organization, or you show up, or you volunteer at something, or you get known in the community. You want your community to be there for the entire journey, not just when you've reached your first destination. Because A, it will help you reach your destinations, and B, they can help you understand what that journey itself is going to be like. I know for my writer's journey, I've joined a couple of organizations, but one in particular, Sisters in Crime, made a huge difference in my writing journey early on, in that it helped me understand what to expect. It helped me get ready to pitch my book. It helped me with build my craft, everything else, and continues to help me as I've become a published author. And there are organizations and parts of your community that can do that. But there are other opportunities in community that are progress over perfection opportunities. So if somebody's doing a reading of a new play and needs somebody to be there, that's an opportunity for an actor. Or reading for auditions, another opportunity for an actor. Progress over perfection. You may not be ready to do X, Y, or Z, but you can still be in the room and you can still be part of it. So build your community. Don't wait till things are perfect. Don't wait till you can, wave the flag of, oh, look where I'm working. Build it early on, because your community is so important to your creative journey. The second thing that progress over perfection can help with is in understanding the business itself. Now, some of you are on creative journeys that are an avocation. You do it for the love. of what you're doing, but that doesn't mean that there aren't channels that you need to understand of how to get your work out there, particularly if you're working as a writer or in the performing arts. You still need to understand what you need to do, the logistics of getting your work out there or having the opportunity to do your work. You still need to understand who's who and what's what, and what it means to be part of the community. Certainly, if you're trying to have your creative journey be part of an income source, you need to understand how to make that happen. What are the opportunities that you can get in order to have income? And progress over perfection on this means not waiting until your work is perfect in order to start understanding this part of your creative journey. This is the part that a lot of people don't want to talk about, right? The business side of the work, but it's a really important part to understand, because it's how you're going to be on your journey, is how the business parts can work, and what opportunities there are, what pitfalls there are, and how best to navigate them both. So the community can help you learn that, but also you understanding, learning, Googling, going to seminars, whatever you need to do to understand, I want to be part of this world. So what does that mean? What are the channels that I can use in order to do this work? And progress over perfection. When can I leap in? Where are my entry points? Is there another way that I might be able to get to be part of this business that I don't understand now? Are there different paths, different routes? How can I build my journey by letting go of perfectionism and being happy with progress on the path? And the third part of progress over perfection is with your craft itself. It's with how whatever you do. And this one is a balancing act, I will completely admit. As a writer, one of the hardest things that I have learned and continue to learn is when my work is ready to be seen in public. Early on in my writing career, I was so afraid of letting people read it and of it being out in the world. And I actually had a couple of pretty terrible workshopping experiences that made me even more cautious about that, which again is why community can help you understand that that's not going to kill you, that one person's opinion is not the be all and end all of everything. But you want your work to be perfect, but early on in your career, chances are it isn't perfect. Now, let's talk about writing specifically for a moment. Every book you write is going to be better than the last book. And once you've written a few books or stories or whatever it is you write, you also know that you can edit it so much that at one point you start breaking the book. You're taking away from whatever it is, you're taking away energy, you're adding words that aren't necessary, and you start to just break it. So you need to let it go. It's not perfect, but you need to let it go. Progress over perfection. Let it go. Put it out in the world. Query it. Sometimes you may say, this I can never, I don't want people to read this, so it's going to go in a drawer and be revisited later. But the only way to move forward in a writing career is by letting people read your work and getting your work out there. So don't limit those opportunities by being a perfectionist, because they are going to limit your journey. And again, know that your writing journey is going to be continual. You're going to get better and better and better, but it is getting the work out there that is part of the journey. Now, in the performing arts, again, it's the same balancing act. If you are completely unprepared for an audition, then it's better not to go to the audition. Chances are good. But if you're pretty prepared, you're just a little bit shaky or you're nervous about it, you still should go to the audition. You can't wait till you're perfect in order to take advantage of opportunities. You have to be the very best you can be, but that may not be perfect because you're a human being on a creative journey and you're an artist and you're working with factors beyond your control, and the magic is part of the whole thing. And there's so much alchemy involved with your creative journey that you can't wait till perfection happens in order to put yourself out there. Putting yourself out there as a creative person is the hardest thing to do, especially because it has to do with your craft, which is so vulnerable and so personal. So you really need to develop the skills in order to do that. But don't let perfectionism be one of the things that blocks you on that path to success. We all know that the first day of rehearsals, are hardly a perfect moment of what this can be. And then over time, things get better. Your creative journey is the same way. We also all know that if you're in doing performances, there are going to be some performances that are fabulous and some performances that are off, and that's the magic of live performance. Um, and so again, progress over perfectionism. You need to let go of perfectionism when it comes, and we all have those moments where it's perfect. Celebrate it, love it, hope for it to visit again, but don't let perfectionism get in the way of your creative journey or stop you from going on the journey itself. You're constantly going to be learning. You're constantly going to be evolving as an artist. You're constantly going to be improving. So don't let perfectionism stop you from either being on the journey or from moving forward over your journey. So practice these words: progress over perfection, pop, and say them aloud to yourself, and remind yourself of that phrase, because progress over perfection will help you get your creative energy into the world, and the world needs your creative energy. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next video.